guys, welcome back to my channel. So as discussed in the previous video, I said I was going to talk about this BH Cosmetics Royal Affair palette, which just looks like that, which the outer packaging is just beautiful, by the way. I absolutely love it. So it's a 20 colour eyeshadow palette, and the majority of the eyeshadows in this palette are complete mattes, which came as quite a shock. You only get, just let me see, 2, 6, you only get 7 shimmers and the rest are all mattes. But this is what the palette looks like. As I said, it really is truly beautiful. Absolutely love it. I've not used every shade in here so far, but I've used the majority. And I did say in my Shop My Stash video I was only going to use this palette for a week. That week ends on Monday. The last day I'm going to be using this is tomorrow. So I'm just going to talk about it today. I'm going to talk about the shades I've used and the shades that I haven't used, and just give you my general thoughts on it and maybe do a few swatches. So first up is this shade here, and it's Rain. Now this, I'm really happy that they put a shade like this in the palette, just because it's a nice cream ivory shade. And what I usually do with my eyeshadows before I put them on is just put that all over the lid so that the eyeshadows will go on seamlessly. So yeah, really happy to have that in there. A lot of eyeshadow palettes these days just don't put a matte ivory shade in there, which is absolutely useless, because then you've got to go and find another palette that's got that shade in. So yeah, I'm glad that this one does have it in. Then we've got Majesty. I'm not too sure if I've used that. I think maybe I did use it once in my just in my crease here. Then we have Lloyd, which is a shimmer. So those two are mattes, by the way. If I don't say it's matte, just presume it's matte. So we've got Lloyd next, which is a shimmer. Some of the shimmers aren't great, to be honest. Some of them are really good, but some of them just aren't great. So that's Lloyd. You'll see what I mean in the swatches anyway. So that's Lloyd. Lady is absolutely beautiful. So obviously that's a matte shade. So that just looks like that. It's like a pinky peach shade, and I use that after I put the transition down. I've been using that over the, just like underneath, over the top. Really pretty. Regal I've not used yet, so I might do a look with that shade tomorrow. Crown I have used quite a few times, and I'm wearing that today, just in the inner corner and on the lash line. Now it looks yellow on even when you look in the mirror it looks yellow, but it's absolutely a gorgeous green shade. I don't think I've got anything like that in my collection. Maybe in my Chloe Morello Fearless palette there's a shade like that. I'm not too sure. Duchess, I haven't used that either. I tend to stay away from the really dark browns. I'd probably use them on the lash line, but that's probably just about it. Then we've got Imperial, which is another shimmer. It's I would call it a gold shimmer. It's really quite nice. Then I am wearing this one today, Monarch. It's like well, it's not like, it is a green. I've got that all over the lid, and then I'm wearing on top of it, I'm wearing this Wet n Wild Emerald Gaze, what are these called? Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuits, and I just think it looks really nice, because I've got a matte down and then that over the top, and that's got like fine glitters in it. I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera, but that's what it looks like. Really like this look today. Normally I would go for a neutral look, but today I was feeling like I wanted to do some colour. To cheer myself up. Today marks the anniversary of my dad's death. He died 34 years ago today, and you know, I just thought I would play with some makeup to cheer myself up a little bit. It's not really work, to be honest, but it took my mind off it for the time that I was actually putting makeup on this morning. Sorry about that, my phone's going off like crazy. Back to the eyeshadow palette. We've got this shade here, Enchanted. I've not used that either, that's a black matte. Then we've got this blue shade here in the shade, well, Throne. That one's like a duochrome, it's really, really pretty, and that's a shimmer. Then I've got this Palace shade, which is like a cool tone brown. I think I've used that one before. Like when I was doing the transition shade, I think I put that in as well. And then I've got this silver shade in the shade High Tea. I think that's one of the ones that isn't pigmented. Empress is really, really good as a transition shade. Then I've got Aristocrat here, which is really, really pretty. Primrose, oh, I used that as a transition shade along with Prince. I've used Prince today, so I've used them two shades today, and then I used Monarch on the lid. This one is really, really pretty as well, Honor. I used, what shade? I think I used Honor like in the inner corner and the outer corner, and then I used Imperial in the middle just as a spotlight eye the other day. I think that was yesterday. I don't think I've got a picture of it, so I might do a look like recreating that look. If you think that's a good idea, just leave me a comment down below if you want to see it. Then I have Emperor. I don't think I've used that one either, doesn't look used. And then I have Princess. Now with Princess, with this shimmer, there is a lot of fallout. I think it's because it's like a red toned burgundy brown shade, so that's what that one looks like. Yeah, so there's a lot of fallout with that. I would say there's probably a lot of fallout with Regal as well, because they're kind of the same toned eyeshadows, but I've not actually tried this one yet, so I can't really comment. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the swatches of them. The only one I won't do is this one, because it's just not going to show up on my skin tone, so it's pointless me doing it. But it is just a cream based ivory shade. It's really nice, but once you've tried one cream based eyeshadow, you've tried them all. So we'll start with Majesty, which is this matte. So that's the matte brown. They blend out really well. Right, so then we're going to go on to the next one, which is Lord. Well, this isn't one of the shimmers that didn't work. That really, really blends out well. I should have got some wipes, but there's a face cloth here, so hopefully that'll do. So now we're moving on to Lady, which is my favourite matte in this palette. And it's so smooth, guys. It's probably the smoothest one in the palette from matte. Look how pretty that is. Right, so now we're moving on to Regal, so we'll see how much fallout comes. That's what that looks like. Yeah, it does look like it will be an eyeshadow that does have quite a lot of fallout, but it's nice, it's very vibrant, so I'll have to try using that. But look at it, like, I don't mean to do that, but look at it, can you see? I've just tried wiping it off and it's left all that dye on my hand, so that's quite concerning in itself. I don't want to be using eyeshadows that leave a residue all over my eye. So the next one is this shade Crown. This is so pretty. I mean, look how vibrant that is. And it gives a really, really nice sheen as well. Then we have Duchess, which is that one there. That one's really smooth too. So even though they look choppy when they first go on, they blend out really well. I would rather that. I'd rather they have a little bit of fallout and blend out well than have no fallout and you really struggle to blend them out. So the next shade is Imperial. Yeah, this one is okay as well. Now the light's gone. Right, I'm going to do what I can, but my light has actually stopped working, which is absolutely wonderful considering the weather we're having. So the next one is in the shade Monarch. The curtains are open as well, but it is quite late at night. Can you see how nice that green is? That's the shade I'm wearing today, all over the lid. So we've got Enchanted. I've never used this, so I'm just wondering how vibrant. Oh, that black is so vibrant. Wow. I don't really wear black eyeshadow, but that's just really, really vibrant. So then we've got Throne, which is the duochrome I told you about. Can you see? I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's like a blue with like a lavender undertone. Really, really pretty. I'm going to run out of arm space. And I don't think it's going to pick it up now because we've got no light. Then I have Palace, which is that shade there. I don't know where to put the rest of these swatches. Yeah, so that's just a really nice cool toned brown. Then I have the shimmer High Tea. And these swatches aren't coming off. High Tea. Right, this is one of the ones that aren't great, to be honest. I'm going to have to swatch this here. It doesn't swatch well, and it doesn't, like on the eyelids, it just didn't go on well either. So then we've got Empress, which is that one there. That's another really nice brown. I might have to try and swatch some on the other arm. Then we have Aristocrat, which is that shimmer there. This one is okay as well. So that's that. Oops, palette's nearly on the floor. That's that one there. There. Let's try and get these off. So then we're moving on to what I used for the transition shade, which is the shade Primrose. On this hand they might not be great because I'm Then I have this shade here in Prince. Then there is another shimmer called Hana. From what I can see, from what I can remember, this one was quite a good one as well. Yeah, it's quite smooth. Then I have Emperor, another matte brown. I don't know why they put so many matte browns in this palette. You don't need all these. That one's more like a mustard shade. got an itchy eye. And then the last one in this palette is the shade Princess. Which is that one there. Another shade's got... I really like this shade. So that's Princess. Let me just try and wipe these off. It's a bit of a nuisance how the light went halfway through the swatches, so I'm sorry about that if you couldn't see them due to the light, but that's pretty much the first, second and third row, and then that's the other one. That's the other row. Sorry I couldn't get them all on one hand, but yeah, I think this palette is really, really good. What I've just noticed with this Empress shade here is it's like crumbling to bits. I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up, but it's crumbling around here, which isn't great. So there's obviously a lot of fallout with the darker shades. But to be honest, I don't really use dark browns that much, and like I said just then, I don't feel like they needed to put that many dark browns in. I mean, we're talking what? We're talking 5 dark brown eyeshadows. You don't need that many dark browns in a palette. They could have put other eyeshadows in here. I mean, I do like this mustard brown, I've got to admit I like that. This would have been nice for the lash line, Majesty. I don't think I will use that. Maybe I'll try it just to give the palette like an updated review and a look on screen. Maybe I'll do one of those eyeshadow palette roulette videos, and I'll let my random generator on my phone app choose the eyeshadows that I use, so it will push me out of my comfort zone, and I'll do that tomorrow because that's the last day of me using this palette. Other than that, I do really like it. I think it's worth the money. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I think this needs to go back a bit. Yeah, and that needs to be moved to the side. So welcome back to the channel. I just want to give some final thoughts on this palette here. It's the BH Cosmetics Royal Affair palette. I was just about to give them and the camera cut out as per the usual. So that's what it looks like. It's a 20 eyeshadow palette with mainly mattes. I think there's 13 mattes and 7 shimmers, so yeah, that's 20 eyeshadows in total, which I was really surprised at. Normally companies put an equal amount of shimmer eyeshadows to mattes, but you do get some really pretty matte eyeshadows in here. What I wish they did though is cut back on the brown eyeshadows. Let's bring this a bit closer now. I wish they would have cut back on the brown eyeshadows because there are some that are very similar, like this one here and this one here. So Empress and Majesty are pretty similar. Empress is just a little bit darker, but they didn't need to put both the eyeshadows in, so they could have put maybe another shimmer in there. Or just maybe another 2 shimmers in there just to even the playing field out a little bit. I do really, really like it. I think it's worth the money. I'm not sure how much it is if you buy it from BH Cosmetics website, but I got this from TK Maxx and I got it from some birthday money in February, and it was only £5.99. So I think it's a steal at that price for 20 eyeshadows. I think it might have said on the box it was £14.99. I will check the BH Cosmetics website and see if that's still on there. If you have ordered this and have got this in your collection from BH Cosmetics, if you could leave a comment down below, just in case I can't find the price for it. But if it's not on the BH Cosmetics website, then it's really pointless. You're doing that anyway. I have seen a few people buy this from TJ Maxx in America. Abby from Make Life Your Runway. I'm sure she picked this up from there. So yeah, I really do like it. You know, I'm not poo-pooing the fact that there's all these brown mats in it, but I just think they're unnecessary. Some of the shimmers are not as soft as others, but the colours that I like, I really like. I think it was just this silver shade High Tea that just felt a little bit more crumbly. The main shades I like in here are everything apart from High Tea. I think I absolutely adore that crown shade. As I was saying earlier, I've got this in the inner corner and lash line today. Love this blue duochrome, which is completely different for me. I don't normally like shades like that. Really like Lord and Hannah, and it's the same for these two shades. They are so similar. Those bronze toned eyeshadows. This one has got like more of a rose gold effect in it, and then we've got this Imperial shade here. I would have preferred to have a different shade to this. I mean, I don't know what it's like wet because I've not tried it wet, so it might be worth like putting some Fix Plus on it or something like that to see if it is better pigmented. And again, that Imperial shade I've just noticed and this Aristocrat shade, they are very similar. So I just feel like BH Cosmetics could have done a better job and made the palette more unique. It's unique to an extent with these two shades here. It makes it worth buying for that green. It is so pretty. And obviously I do like these eyeshadows here, these shimmer eyeshadows. Love this Lady shade, so it's worth buying and obviously having it in your collection, just because it's it is a different palette. It's not all neutrals. You get some cool toned eyeshadows as well, so you've got a bit of everything, so there's something in there for everyone. It's just the dark shades, the dark eyeshadows, I'm not drawn to, just because I am such a neutrals girl normally. But I am going to do that palette roulette that I told you about and use my randomizer on my iPhone and get them to choose the colours, so that'll be quite interesting to see. I'll probably do that tomorrow. And I think this is everything for this video. If you've not subscribed already, please think about subscribing. It would mean the world to me. Hit that subscribe button down below and also the notifications bell to see my future uploads. My upload schedule is going to be Monday and Wednesday. I did say that in a previous video, but I'm just putting it out there again. So yeah, it will be Monday and Wednesday from now on. And I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.